Hey guys, we are back with some more Wolfsburg Wolves franchise mode, and in this one, we have the playoffs coming up, as we are currently 41, 12, and 9 with this roster. It's quite amazing, actually. Yeah, we have Panarin, Point, and Shiri, and then after that, you got Furlan, Stasny, and Homer, and then after that, Tatar, Aho, and Ryan, who's a 77 now, and then Steen, Eakin, and Coleman. And then on defense, we have, it's not actually that bad. It's pretty good, actually. Kuleshov and Jones, and then Brodin and Hamilton, and then DeHaan and Myers. And then in net, we have Dell and Schneider, who will be starting for at least the rest of this season, obviously. As we're not going to be making any trades for goaltenders, but we are going to be making some trades here in one moment. As obviously, our lineup is pretty depleted. And as we saw earlier with the injury to Braden Point, we really can't afford any injuries to our centers because at that point, you have Paul Stasny as your first line center as an 80 or I think a 79 overall now at this point he is. So that really, we cannot have that in the playoffs if we intend to contend for the Stanley Cup, which I fully intend on doing because we're on this great run, so why not go for it? So we're not going to be giving up too much here. We don't have so many assets that I would feel comfortable trading them away for veterans, basically rental players for 1 year and then boom, that's it. Especially if you don't win the cup, then that's it. Those assets are gone, and not only that, but then those veterans leave the team, and then you basically, those are some rough trades. But no, we're going to be giving up only a few assets here for some pretty big players that are going to be a huge help in the playoffs. And when I say big, I mean literally big. So, first trade that we're going to do is Norena and a fourth for next year, as our picks are already pretty depleted for this year. We're going from round 1 to round number 4. And we'll be trading Norena to the Edmonton Oilers, the struggling Edmonton Oilers. Well, I should say the still struggling Edmonton Oilers, for who else but Milan Lucic. Making $6 million, of course, but only one more year left on his contract. And he is pretty solid physically, which is something that we lack in our bottom 6. He has 93 hits on the season. His ratio isn't what I like to see, but you could deal with it as long as he doesn't play too much. He'll definitely be on our fourth line, or at least definitely not in the top 6. That's for sure. He's currently playing 13:28 of ice time with Edmonton, 21 points on the season so far, 41 penalty minutes. So he may take a few penalties here and there as well, but he is a physical presence that we need. And this trade should just go right through. But we will be asking Edmonton to retain $2.2 million of Lucic's salary. As the next trade we're going to be making, we are going to be taking on quite a bit of salary, and it's not going to be just for 1 year. So proposed trade, there you go. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Edmonton, so we are accepting your trade offer. And I'll go to roster moves here as I don't want the computer to mess up the lines. So let's just make sure everything's good here. Anglin, DeHaan, yep, that looks good. Forwards, Lucic is there. Stasny, Ryan, Eakin, anyone down here? No, we are fine. All good to go here. So let's just go to edit lines. Make sure that nothing gets messed up. Okay, this is the minors. So yeah, I'll just fill in someone down here. I don't really want the minors lines to get messed up. I want Turco playing. I don't know why he's not playing because he's got that medium top 6. So let's throw Turco in there. And yeah, I believe that should be it for the AHL. And then NHL, instead of Ryan, we'll have Lucic for right now until we can figure out a line combination for Lucic to be on. Because I don't really want Lucic, Aho, and Tatar all on the same line. That's a little too much physicality. Maybe if I get Steen up there instead of Lucic, and then Lucic with Coleman and Eakin. However, we may not even be dressing Eakin as the next trade that we're going to be making is for a center. So with this trade, we are going to be trading, as we go down to prospects here, Oscar Backstrom and Bryson Mathers. So Mathers has a medium top 6. He's 20 years of age, 62 overall. He hasn't really shown too much in the AHL as of yet. Maybe that's just because I haven't given him too much time. I mean, yeah, he's playing fourth line, but still, for the asset that we're getting back, I wouldn't mind trading him. And I'm trading him as opposed to someone like Turco, who's not only a 62 overall as well, but he is also 18 years of age. So he's 2 years younger than Mathers. So I would rather keep him as opposed to Mathers. And we're not trading Williams or Bach, or not trading, someone like Kondratek or Hanu Virtanen. And then Oscar Backstrom, who's a 76 overall, but he's got that low top 6. And I haven't seen too many low top 6s to grow into be too much, at least for me. He's doing pretty good for himself there in the AHL, but, you got to give up something to get some back. So Backstrom and Mathers are going the other way to the Chicago Blackhawks, who want them, both of them. And who we are going to be getting in return will be Patrice Bergeron, and as well as someone else to just fill in there for players camp. But yeah, Bergeron. So as you can see here, we would be above the league maximum, which is kind of why we retained a little bit of Lucic's cap, and we'll also be retaining a little bit of Bergeron's cap. Let's say about $1 million. There you go, that should work. And Backstrom and Mathers for Bergeron and Kampf. That should honestly go right through, as they want Backstrom and Mathers and they want to give up Bergeron and Kampf. They are retaining a little bit of Bergeron's cap, but it's not too much. It's only 14%. I don't think that should be too big of a problem. Even if this doesn't work, we should be able to make it work with, throwing like a 4th or a 5th round pick in there. So proposed trade, and yes, it will work. So move down to Hahn, Stasny, Eakin, and Kampf. I want Kampf moved down, but I don't want Eakin, Stasny, or DeHaan moved down. Definitely not. So hopefully the computer doesn't automatically do that. As we'll go to roster moves here, we'll just make sure that everything's still good to go. Defensively, yeah, we're still good there. Forwards, we now have Patrice Bergeron on our team, and he should be a pretty solid second line forward for us. And yeah, I don't know why the computer said we needed to send down all those guys. We only needed to send down Kampf. So yeah, that looks good. Goaltenders, yep, we're all set. So let's do the lines once more. What? Excuse me. Your roster must be compliant to continue. Is it not? It's compliant. We have 1.8 in cap space. We have 21 out of 21 skaters, and we have 2 goalies. Hello? Okay. I will send down... Oh, you know what? Oh, I forgot to make a trade here. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send down Ryan, being over the... Jeez. So, he's on a one-way. So, I'm going to have to send down Anglin here, right? Nope. Okay. So, we're apparently... Oh, jeez, this game's glitching out again, isn't it? Because, yeah, we're within the cap, but... Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that's... This is fun. We're gonna try to call up Mayer and then send down Ryan. We'll see what that does. Nope, still not. Okay, how about Eakin? Nope. England? Nope. Alrighty, we have... I'm gonna try to figure this out here. So, we're in quite the predicament here. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to go auto-fix roster and hope that no one gets waived. I don't even know if waivers are on, but if they are, we have to hope that no one gets waived. I'm pretty sure they're not. I haven't used waivers in a while, actually, but we're just going to have to go auto-fix roster here because I have absolutely no idea what's happening here. I think the game's just glitching out or something, so let's just let the computer do what it needs to do, and we'll make this trade here to free up some more cap. so that doesn't happen again. We're going to be trading Bobby Ryan. Now, he does have a hefty cap on him, so we're going to be retaining 50% of his salary cap, as no team is going to take an AHL top 6 forward at 77 overall for $2.6 million. That's just not happening. So we're going to send Ryan, yeah, sure, to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And let's give, let's see if we can get a fifth back for Ryan. Let's see. Oh, okay, it works. So apparently Stastny was sent down. Oh boy, we're going to have some fun with this, aren't we? Let's see. Yeah, Stastny was sent down. Can I? Nope. Okay. That is fantastic. This freaking game, dude. Can I send Pajot down and then call Stastny up? Nope. Awesome. We are still having issues. That, can I send? Nope. Okay. This, yeah. This is not fun. Am I missing something here? Oh, NHL roster 17 skate. What? What is going on? Do I have anyone selected? No. I don't have anyone selected. So I should be able to call up Stastny, right? No. Okay. How about Mayer? Nope. Jeez, dude. Oh my goodness. Who do I have to call up then? Like, Bach? Nope. We're still over the cap with Bach. My goodness. Grief. Nope. This game, man, I don't know what. It says we're within the cap. 2.8 left in cap space. You see that, right? I'm not going crazy. And then 17 skaters. I can't call anybody up, no matter what their cap is. Even if like let's say I send Schneider down, and then we'll call up Berra and Benzing. Nope, doesn't work. Well, maybe. Well, it would help if we put a skater in there, I suppose. So let's see what this does here. If we put, let's say, Grayovac. Nope. Not working. And yeah, waivers aren't on, as I figured, but still. How do you fix this? Do you just do auto-fix and then just let the computer do what it needs to do? Oh my goodness. Alright, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I have no idea how to get around this, so let's just do auto-fix. And we apparently still, the game thinks we have no cap space, so I'm not sure whether to make a trade or not, because I don't know what the game did to our roster moves here. I have no idea. It said that we were within the cap limit when we were making those trades, so if we're actually not within the cap limit, then the game should not have let me make those trades. Jeez, man. All right, let's see. Who was sent down? England. Is that it? So why couldn't I do that then? Why couldn't I call up, like... Yeah, why couldn't I call up Stastny? That makes no sense, man. It really doesn't. Let's see, who's... Yeah, it's... We'll roll with 6 defensemen for right now, I suppose. Man, look at all the defensemen in the system. Can I call up, like, just an extra... No? Okay. Cool. Good job, EA Sports. Yeah. We're clearly within the salary cap, but yeah, won't let us make that move. It might be because of Pajot, honestly, because he's injured and he's got $3 million in salary. That could be it, but even then, if you try to send down Pajot and then you maybe call up Mayer, you know, you can't do it. So I don't know how to fix that. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. So let's just go to the lines, see what the computer did. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's completely screwed up our lines. So just give me a minute here, boys. Let me collect my thoughts and get around the EA nonsense. So that took a while, but here are our lines anyway. Point, Panarin, and Sheary stayed together. Furlan, Bergeron, and Homer. That is going to be a dirty defensive line, with Furlan and Homer pretty much laying the body all the time. And then Patrice Bergeron being one of the best defensive centers in the league. That's actually a very good second line. Tatar, Aho, and Steen are together now. Steen's been very good offensively all year, especially for his age. 38 years of age, still putting up points in the NHL. So I decided to move him up to the third line. And then Lucic will be with Stastny and Coleman on the fourth line. And then defense stayed the same. Power play. Our power play was struggling, so I decided to change it up a bit. Steen's now on the second line power play. Kuleshov, Jones, Panarin, Point, and Sheary are all together on the first line power play. And then it's Aho, Bergeron, Homer, Hamilton, and Steen on the second. And then the penalty kills, Bergeron and Furland with Brodin and Jones. And then Coleman and Aho with Kuleshov and Myers. And then the 4-on-4, Point, Panarin, Kuleshov, and Jones. And then Bergeron, Homer, Brodin, and Hamilton. Aho, Sheary, DeHaan, and Myers. Then the 3-on-3 would be Point, Panarin, and Kuleshov. Aho, Homer, and Jones. And then Bergeron, Sheary, and Hamilton. Extra attackers are Point and Bergeron, and shootout, Panarin, Point, Homer, Kuleshov, and Bergeron. And then in goal, we obviously have Schneider and Dell, and Pajot is still out with the injury. And then in the AHL, I did a little tweaking as well. Made sure Bach and Williams are getting significant time on the power play. Penalty kill, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, they're pretty much everywhere. So I really need... we really need a big growth year out of Dominic Bach this year. He's already 22. Next year he's going to be 23, and before you know it, he's not going to be able to grow anymore. So really got to hope that German Dominic Bach is able to crack the NHL roster sooner rather than later. And then Josh Williams, he's only 20 years of age, still got quite a bit of time to develop. So I'm going to be playing him alongside of Bach in pretty much every situation. And then on defense, you have Hanu Virtanen, Bedrick Kondratek, and Gail Bolarise. And that'll be about it in terms of important players in the AHL. And let's finally get to some simulating. It's about almost a half hour into the recording at this point because I had to spend so much time editing the lines. I think that was a good 10 to 15 minutes or so at least of editing all the AHL and NHL lines. All because the computer decided, nope, you're not going to have a good time this recording. We're going to make this as hard as possible for you. Anyway, so a game against Philly. They have 33, 25, and 4. Not making any more trades. We're all set to go for the playoffs. 1-0 victory against the Philadelphia Flyers, and then a 4-1 victory against the Vegas Golden Knights. 4-2 against the Florida Panthers. Oh, 9-4 against the Ottawa Senators. And Jean-Gabriel Pajot is finally fully healed and is gonna, well, he may not get in there for the first time since November. Considering Stastny's now on the fourth line, and he has 33 points. Stastny's been solid for us. How's Coleman done? 18 points, plus 11. Yeah, he's been physical. 75 hits. Ratio's kind of eh. We need Lucic. He's the physical presence down there on the fourth line along with Coleman. But maybe since we have Lucic now, we can afford to take Coleman out and put Pajot in. How did Pajot do during the first 20 or so games? 6 hits. I mean, he had 12 points. Did decent face-off wise, but how's Stastny with face-offs? 50% as well. Honestly, I'll just leave the lines the way they are for right now. We've been winning for the most part, besides that ugly game against Ottawa. So I'll just leave it alone for right now. There you go. 5-2 win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. 1-0 shootout loss against the Colorado Avalanche. Not too favorable. And let's view the draft class here, as we haven't viewed it on screen in quite a bit. So let's sort by potential here. See what the scout has uncovered so far. We have Warren Barney. 47 is his central scouting rank. Medium elite defenseman. We should look to pick him up in the draft. Albaline. Hopefully he turns out to be something. He looks like he could be something. Definitely no less than a medium top 4, I wouldn't say. As that's a 3-bar medium elite, so he could definitely be a good prospect. And then you have Talinder here, who's a gem, but we know almost nothing about him. And then you also have Gagliardi and Bennett, who are also gems, but they're kind of down there in terms of the grades. Well, actually, Gagliardi looks like he could be at least ready for the AHL, so he might not be a bad pick. And then Navis, all these guys are going top 15. So I didn't even really look at these guys. Sopel, he's pretty good. And then Billy Legwand. Yeah, he's about the same as Sopel. And he's going later too. So we would actually have a good chance at getting Legwand. Bales. Yeah, Bales is pretty good as well. Glebov. Yeah, I mean, all these guys, they're going second round, late first round as well. So we have a chance of picking up all these guys. Well, actually, no, we don't, because we don't have a second round pick. So unless we trade for a second round pick, then we're not getting those guys. But we could end up getting Billy Legwand here, and he doesn't look too bad. We might be able to get Sopel, depending on where we end up. But I would rather be able to get Legwand, because that means we went further into the playoffs, as he is ranked 28th. And there's a few medium top 4 defensemen here, but most of them are going in the top 8. Cashman, Grossman, and Ricci. So you have Sampson here going 18th. He's not too bad himself. And then you have Schofield, low top 4, supposedly going in the 4th round. So we should be able to pick him up, especially since we have a 4th round pick. And then everyone starts to drop off from there. So there is the draft class. Let's keep on going with the simulation. Calgary, we have a... No, what? Huh? Excuse me? Hello? What? Are you seeing this? What was the... Okay, there we go. A 2-1 win against the Calgary Flames. That was so delayed. What was that? I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. Jeez. I mean, I know it's EA Sports. It's in the game, but geez. That was something I've never seen before. Because it showed the scores of all these games before it showed the score of this game against Calgary here. So that was something quite that was very interesting. As we are 47, 16, and 10. So let's just keep going here. Maybe we could get to 50 wins in this next stretch. Pittsburgh, there you go, overtime win. New York Islanders, there you go, 2-0 win. And number 50 against Nashville. Yeah, there you go. 4-1 victory against the Nashville Predators to make us 50, 16, and 10 in year number, what is this now, 4? I believe. I don't know. I always lose track. You know what? A good way to tell is by looking at Alexander Kuleshov's stats, because he's been with us since the start of year number 1, since we drafted him before the GM mode started. So let's see. Kuleshov, yeah, it's year number 4. Okay. 42 points for Kuleshov as well. Career year for him so far, so very good. And we have about, 5 games left? 6? So, yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just battling with Dallas for the top spot in the division. They actually have more wins. They have significantly more wins, but we have more points. And, yeah, the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, the Buffalo Sabres at this point have already won the President's Trophy, so there's no hope of that. But we can at least win our division here against the Dallas Stars. So let's just keep going. There's no reason to stop. We'll check all the stats once the simulation is done. And, big game in there against Dallas. Oof, Artemi Panarin injured with a fractured jaw. Not what you like to see right before playoffs. So we're going at least the first half of the first round without Artemi Panarin. Oh, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Jeez, dude. This is... when our big guys get injured, this is where you really start to see the lack of superstar talent on this team. Panarin is our big guy there. Oh my. I'm considering Steen, honestly, on the first line, because he's done fine for himself. 40 points. Still no signs of slowing down at 38 years of age, so why not? We'll get him on the first line. Which means we're going to have to get J.G. Pajot in there for the first time this season. And I guess Stasny up on the third line. So now it's Steen, Point, and Sheary. Yikes. Furland, Bergeron, and Homer. I mean, that's been a pretty good line, I would imagine. And then Tatar, Aho, and Stasny. That line doesn't look as good without Steen. And then Lucic, Pajot, and Coleman. Yeah, not good. That messes up our lines a lot as well. Because then here you got to fill in who's not here. Homer, Shiri, Bergeron, Aho. Oh boy. I guess Steen. Not really a whole ton of options here. I mean, we could put Tatar. Yeah, I'll put Tatar. And then, yeah, that looks good. We'll put Tatar here as well. I mean, you may as well. Man, injury to Artemi Panarin, and all of a sudden, your Wolfsburg Wolves are not looking the greatest. We'll put Tatar here as well. He's the sniper. And, yeah, that's really about all we can do. Why does it keep putting Dell in there? I want Schneider. He's actually doing very well. So, yeah, unfortunate injury there to Artemi Panarin, but we did win 3-0 against the New York Rangers. 1-0 loss against the Anaheim Ducks. 3-2 win against the Minnesota Wild. Ooh, that game against Dallas, 5-2 loss. Not looking good for our bid for the divisional title. But we do win against the Lightning and the Bruins. So we finished the season 54, 18, and 10. By far the best season on record for your Wolfsburg Wolves. So let's take a look to see where we placed. Yes, we are indeed first in our conference. 118-point season for the Wolfsburg Wolves. Very good season by the Dallas Stars as well, but we edged them out just slightly with those 10 overtime losses in there. They only had 3. And then, of course, Buffalo with the 60-win season. Very nicely done, Buffalo. And, Dallas was awfully close as well, 57. Really, 3 powerhouse teams in the NHL this year, it appears, with Wolfsburg, Dallas, and Buffalo. So, here's the thing that was interesting about this season was that not a single player had over 55 points. It was all like a group, collective effort, so it was really a lot of teamwork that got us to this point here. Panarin with 55 points in 77 games. Jones with 55 points. Point with 51 points. I always have to take a break whenever you see Braden Point's name and then say points, because it's, gets kind of a little confusing after a while. And then Patrice Bergeron with 50 points. Don't know how many of those came from Chicago. Shiri with 45. Steen 44. Kuleshov 44. Furlan 42. See what I mean? Aho 41. Homer 36. Only 15 goals, so it's a bit of an off year for him in terms of goal scoring. Only had a 6% shooting percentage. I don't know whether that was his line mates or... Alright, where was I? Sorry, boys. Someone came to my door. Had to answer that. Dougie Hamilton with 35 points. Sorry if the transition doesn't make sense, but whatever. Stastny with 34 points. Tatar, 31 points. Lucic, 27 in 83 games. And then Myers with 25. Coleman with 20. Brodin with 19. Pajot, 13 and 29. DeHaan with 10. And that'll do it for skaters. The plus minus. So plus 39 for Seth Jones. And then the lowest minus was Point with minus 10. And then Panarin with a minus 8. So the first line, oddly enough, had the lowest minuses out of anybody. But I guess that sort of speaks as to how good of a defensive team we were, given that everyone else on the team who wasn't on the first line got pretty much nothing but pluses. So I can't complain too much. Shooting percentage, Pajot, and then Stastny, Shiri, Tatar, Panarin among the best on the team. Power play points, Point and Panarin with 15 each. And then Bergeron and Shiri both with 12. Steen and Aho both with 10. Homer with 9. Furlan and Hamilton and Kuleshov with 7. Jones with 6. Everybody else with nothing. Short-handed points, Bergeron, Steen, and Kuleshov all with 2. Myers, Lucic, Brodin, Coleman, and Aho all with 1. And then face-off percentage, obviously Bergeron, 57.3, Point, 51.9, Pajot, 51.3, Stastny, 50.2, Aho, 48.2. Those are all of our consistent face-off guys. So for the most part, we're okay. I want to keep Aho at center just to see how he improves on face-offs throughout his career. He was at 42% last year, but only on 177 face-offs, so I really wanted to give him that opportunity to solidify himself as a center this year, which he did a much better job of, but still definitely has some improvement to go. But remember what happened with in our Islanders series with Mike Commodore. He was one of the worst face-off men on the team in his first couple of years. And now he is one of the best face-off guys in the league in that series. So, yeah, we're just going to keep Aho at face-offs for right now and see what he can do in the future. So, Furland with 191 hits. Wow. That is impressive. And then Jones, 123. Lucic, 121. Aho with 114. Brodin, 111. Myers, 109. Homer, 105. All those guys over 100. Tatar with 91. Coleman, 89. Kuleshov, 84. Sheary, 54. Then it starts to drop off a little bit. And then ratios. So Furland, good. Sheary, good. Point, very good. Aho, very good. That's a big improvement for Jorg Aho compared to last year. Last year he had 9 more giveaways than takeaways, and this year he has, 14 more takeaways than giveaways. A definite improvement year for Jorg Aho, and not only that, he had 25 goals as well. So goal scorer is Jorg Aho as well as a defensive beast. So looking solid so far is Jorg Aho. And Artemi Panarin, very good. Homer, good as well for him. Bergeron, I mean, I don't remember what kind of numbers he had with Chicago. Steen, with a 51-39, that is fantastic, especially at 38 years of age. The guy is in the tail end of his career and still killing it with 44 points on the year, on the third line nonetheless, 10 power play points. And he was on the fourth line for the majority of the year, but he was moved up to the third after a stellar first 60 games of the season. And he continued to produce and eventually moved up to the first line when Artemi Panarin got injured. And unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with that going into the playoffs. And then Dougie Hamilton, a very good ratio for him. Seth Jones, good ratio. Lucic, good for him. Tatar, good. Coleman could have been better. Stasny could have been better. Brodin, that's decent. DeHaan, that's good. Kuleshov, he's getting offense. Can't really complain too much. Myers, wish he was better. Pajot, I mean, in the games that he played, he was good. Fights Lucic before. And Lucic, we didn't even get Lucic until the trade deadline, so he was the only guy who had any fights throughout the season. I'm not even sure. All 4 of those might even have come from Edmonton. So other than Lucic, none of our guys had any fights this year. And then goaltenders, Corey Schneider, .924 save percentage, 6 shutouts in 68 games played. How do you like that, Corey Schneider? He's definitely played. This is the best he's ever played since 2015, 2016. And I remember that Corey Schneider. That Corey Schneider was a beast. And he's showing that same beastliness right now. So we really cannot complain from Corey Schneider. And then Aaron Dell did just fine as the backup in 17 games. .921 save percentage. 2 shutouts. Goals against average of .234. Yeah, goaltenders, non-issue at all. All right, let's check out the AHL, see how Bach and Williams did. Those are the main 2 guys I'm concerned about. Tom Mayer, 78 overall now, 22 goals, 44 assists. He looks to be ready for the NHL. Dominic Bach with a 46-point season, not too shabby. He was on the third line as well, though he did have power play time, 10 power play points. Hopefully he grows significantly in the offseason. Josh Williams with a 42-point season as well. Hannu Virtanen with a 35-point season, 77 overall. I expect him to be at least making a push to crack our roster next year. He should be at least a 79, maybe even an 80, 81. I've seen it before. It could definitely happen with Hannu Virtanen. Bedrick Kondratek with a 31-point season, 71 overall. Hopefully he improves. Brodzinski, Osner, Voloshenko with a 14-point season. Eakins down there. Polarized with 10 points. And then Turco with 3 points. And that'll do it for skaters. Goaltenders, Wedgwood, Berra, Svedberg, all of them did pretty well in the games that they played. So nothing to complain about as of right now. Let's check the team stats, see if our power play improved. Our power play before was at a 13% and is now at a 14.7. So it got slightly better as the season went on, specifically after the trade deadline. So I can't complain too much. We have the second highest goals for per game in the division. Dallas had 3.27. We had a 2.87 though, and we were second after them. So can't complain too much. And a goals against average of 2.3. Dallas had a 2.21, so it's understandable why they won more games than us, but we did technically finish ahead of them in the standings. So you like to see that. Penalty kill. Oh, boys. There you go. The penalty kill, much, much better with Bergeron in there, for sure. Because we were at, I believe, an 81 before without Bergeron with the penalty kill, and now we're at an 84.6, best in our division. So you can definitely see why we went 8-2-0 in our last 10. Away, we were 25-9-7. Home, we were 29-9-3. Pretty solid all-around year for your Wolfsburg Wolves. And too early to check the awards. So what we'll do here is check the stats of the entire league. Tyler Seguin with 96 points. Eichel with 90 points. Nico Hischier with 89 points. That looks juicy. Taylor Hall with 86 points. That also looks juicy. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for that in real life. Connor McDavid, 85 points. Jamie Benn, 85. Jack Hughes, 84. Alex Ovechkin, 84. Alexander Radulov, 82. Who I guess I should have mentioned about. I tried going after Radulov, but given our cap situation, Radulov would not have worked. Absolutely not. 6.2 million. I wanted Lucic and Bergeron first and foremost. Radulov would have been a nice, complement to those pieces, but, as you could see earlier in the episode, we had some issues sorting out our rosters, so definitely was not getting Radulov. And then Line with 81 points. Kessel with 79. New Jersey as well. That first line must be dirty. Hall, Kessel, and Hischier. Oh my. Scheifele with 79. Kennens 76. Dubois 76. Tarasenko 75. Stamkos 75. Kucherov 74. Alexander Nylander 74. Sam Reinhart 74. Ehlers 74. Puljujarvi 73. Trocheck 72. Nichushkin 72 as well. Couturier 72. Besser 71. Let's see who led the league in goal scoring. That would be Jack Hughes with 52, and then Ovi with 51. Assists would be Nico Hischier. Like once again, can't wait to see that in real life. And then Jamie Benn. And then plus minus 43 for Hedman and Sergachev. So yeah, obviously Tampa Bay. Yeah, still looking pretty good at defense. Let's see who was the best faceoff guy. With the most faceoffs taken, of course. So, yeah, Bergeron, definitely the best faceoff guy in the league. With over 1,700 faceoffs taken, won 57% of them. It's pretty good. And then most physical guy in the league, Furland, right? Yep, Michael Furland, 191 hits. That is ridiculous. And then let's check goaltenders. And we'll do minimum of, come on now, 40 games. Come on now. There you go. All right, save percentage. It was Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with the highest save percentage in the NHL. 936 in 72 games. Jeez, the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, I would imagine. Ben Bishop, Holtby, Gibson, Bobrovsky, Schneider is up there in the top 6 goaltenders in the entire league. That's, once again, something I would love to see in real life, but I know is probably not going to happen ever again. And, yeah, there you go. There is the entire league. So we will now see who we have in the playoffs. It should be either the Winnipeg Jets or the Chicago Blackhawks. I'm not entirely sure how that works with the 2 wild cards. So let's just see who we have. Come on now. Regular season has ended. And we have the Colorado Avalanche. Okay. So let's check out the Avalanche's lines. I'm expecting McKinnon, Landeskog, Rantanen. You know, the Rocky Mountain line. That's going to be fun to go up against. Yep, where is... yeah, there's Rantanen. So it's they broke them up here, but they're all still there. Landeskog, McKinnon, Kamenev, Rantanen, Kerfoot, Schwartz. Jeez, their top six is actually pretty good. If not for Kamenev, that top six, I mean, even with Kamenev, that top six is already very good. But if they had, let's say, I don't know, Drouin, for example, there next to McKinnon, that would be, or Phil Kessel, that would be fantastic for them. Brock Nelson, Tyson Jost, Austin Watson, and then JT Compher, Quinton Byfield, and Sven Andrighetto. Defense, you got Zadorov and Barry, Girard and Spurgeon, Weidman and Johnson, and then goaltenders, another Johnson, Chad Johnson, and Jimmy Howard. And then scratched are Soderberg, Salamaki, and Pietrangelo. Well, at least the good news here is that you trade off star for star. We have Artemi Panarin injured. They have Alex Pietrangelo injured. Now, I don't know how long Pietrangelo is going to be injured for is the thing. So if Pietrangelo comes back in like game 1 or game 2, then we might have some issues. If not, then it should be a more even series for sure. So please, hockey gods, if you could let it be so that Pietrangelo doesn't come back until, you know, after the first round is over, that'd be great. So that'll be about it for this one. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we go up against the Colorado Avalanche in round 1 of our first playoff run with the Wolfsburg Wolves. See you guys then.